wanted to make it as much for the spectators as it was for the participants. So we wanted to take the spectators on the journey as well. So giving them that real feeling of height, vertigo, scaling a sort of like a cliff face almost that was constructed within this sort of urban fabric. Chose the location that we did because it was sort of within two quite high-rise buildings. So we were trying to get that kind of feeling of a bit of a chasm that you're sort of climbing up, but also with excellent views of all the London landmarks in the area. So, you know, sort of looking over the Shard and, you know, sort of trying to scale the heights of the Shard. So that was our sort of kind of starting point. I think with the material, it was the modular nature.
Yeah, for the material, it was obviously, we live in a very modular world, bricks, blocks, and now the advent of board material. So we were just saying, okay, well, let's just save all the cutting, just use that as the bare face material and use that to give the diameters and the parameters of the whole thing. Hence, we've ended up with 2.4 metre high terrace, where normally you'd expect about 300 mil. So that for us was like a key driver. And then we were just thinking, well, okay, we're not structural engineers, but going back to our good old days of slot A fits into slot B, we must be able to do some kind of stack of cards effect and just Torah thinking that way as well. So for us, it just all sort of fell into place and made sense, really. I think the key thing for us is always fabric first, because we are just but lowly architects. We're not experts in technology and all that sort of stuff. So at the moment, it's still a fabric first approach. So everything's about insulation. However, we are also a practice that like thrive on modular. So if you come to us for a building, we'll design it with modular in mind, whether that be to brick dimensions, block dimensions, and hopefully try and get 2.4 metre ceiling heights and all that sort of stuff into the scheme as well, so there's less cutting going on.
I think the Sterling Zero was really interesting because of the sort of zero formaldehyde content. So that, because in the past we've always been a bit worried about OSB because of all the kind of additives and glues and the formaldehyde thing. So the fact that there is a zero formaldehyde and the sort of smooth nature of it as well, even the samples out there and feeling them, we could feel that it was like really smooth, and we thought, actually, it's a really nice facing material. It's not just for sort of like a sheathing board that can be concealed. You could use it as the finished product, and it actually looks really nice and textural, and honest with it doesn't need to be covered, I
think it also complemented what we were doing, because obviously you've got the climbing wall on the other side, which isn't actually a wall, it's just lots of plastic with little bits and bobs going on. So when you look at the OSB, there's the different sort of layers that you can all see in there. So it's just a nice complement. You've got the smoothness of that with the glass balustrade with the roughness and oddity of the climbing wall.